Okay, so this video isn't going to be about any specific stuff. I just wanted to be talking about some things. It's not anything bad. I just want to have a bit where we could chill, because things have been kind of stressful. Well, maybe not stressful, but yeah. Content has been hard to squeeze out lately, because I've been busy doing stuff that makes me happy. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, I don't exactly remember if I've made content on it or about it before, but from now on, I won't be associating myself with Forsaken anymore. And before you ask, and before any of y'all in the comments, if I ever even get any comments, are like, oh, but you're wearing a Forsaken Cool Kid avatar right now. I just want to let you know that this was, I just wanted to let, sorry about that. I just wanted to let you know that this was filmed, that this gameplay was filmed, before. I just want to let you know that this gameplay was filmed, before I wrote the script for this video. I will still use avatars like this, but these avatars are not Forsaken based. It's just based off of things that are coincidentally in Forsaken. So if you see me wearing a Cool Kid or a 007 and 7 avatar, just know that I am not associating myself with Forsaken in any way. I will not be making any more content on Forsaken. If you're wondering why, then lucky you, because that's the next topic we're getting into. Basically, Forsaken, while I don't think it's in any heated drama at the moment, while I don't think it's in any heated drama at the moment, Forsaken has had a reputation somewhat recently for being for having very bad things associated with it. I won't get too deep into them, but I'm just gonna say that the original creator of Forsaken, Soul Driven Love, is not a good person. They've done some very bad things, and while it is claimed that they aren't associated with the game anymore, it is heavily implied by the current things going on with. It is heavily implied with the stuff going on right now. Let me rephrase that. It heavily seems like Soul Driven Love is still in charge of the game. However, the game is just under the guise of being owned by a new developer. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is I don't think that Soul Driven Love or whoever saying that they don't own the game. that they don't own the game anymore is true. What I'm trying to say here is the reason I'm not, basically in short, the reason I'm not going to associate myself with Forsaken anymore is because Forsaken has a very bad reputation. The owner has done bad stuff, and while the supposed new owner claims that they haven't actually and while the new owner claims that, and while the new quote-unquote owner claims that they don't own the game anymore, I mean, that Soul Driven Love doesn't own the game anymore. I just need to get it out there that I don't think that's true, because it has been heavily seen that it is just under the disguise of a new owner. It is pretty apparent that Soul Driven Love is still in charge of the game. It's just that this quote-unquote new owner is basically the new face for the game, while Soul Driven Love is still in charge. So with that topic out of the way, the second thing I wanted to talk about is I'm going to be making more long-form content. I will try to keep my schedule of short content moderate, like at minimum 1 short per month. Like at minimum 1 short per month, but I might do others, other stuff. So don't be surprised if I don't post like a short video in like 3 months or something, because I'm going to be heavily focusing on long form content now. Even though I know that this will take a non-permanent toll on my view count, I'm doing this because I don't want to be known as a shorts YouTuber who just uses well-known sounds for views and stuff. Basically, what I'm trying to say with this is, yes, I do know that if I make long-form content, I might lose views. But the point isn't that I'm trying to like get more views with this. Well, maybe it could be, but the point I'm trying to make here is I'm gonna try to see if I can get my viewers to focus on long-form content, because I don't want to be a shorts kind of guy, because in fact, pretty much all of my subscribers, likes, and views have all built up from short-form videos. And I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be a shorts YouTuber. I want to be someone who's actually known for having long-form content. Basically, the problem that I have with making long-form content, short-form content, is that is that it's not that difficult to make, and I don't like making content that doesn't take effort to make. I like putting like actual thought into my videos. And I overall just don't really enjoy making short form videos that much. Anyways, basically, long story short, I just don't want to make content like shorts. Because I personally just don't think that it takes much skill. Or maybe that's just me. But overall, what I'm saying is I'm not going to be making short form content that much anymore. Anyways. So, anyways, enough about video rant stuff. Why don't we get into some stuff about this game that I'm playing right now? Because I want to take a break from all this personal content stuff. Basically, this is... Another one? Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna be like... Uh-oh. So yeah, unfortunately, as you can see, I just died there. This is because, I have no idea about the new chasers. Except for that ghost one, I really only know about 2 chasers. Oh, and the Luigi one. I only know about 2 chasers, Jackenstein and Pizza Face. So why don't we talk about them? Starting with Pizza Face. Pizza Face, when he spawns, he will make you fast, and that's basically it. You just have to run away from him. The same goes for Jackenstein. However, Jackenstein doesn't make you faster. He makes the screen very dark, and basically he makes everything very dark, but gives your avatar like an outline and a colored soul so that you can like see where you are. So yeah, moving on to the next game. And we are now in the next game. Outcome Memories. Also, by the way, for the rest of the video, pretty much, I won't really be talking about content stuff. I'll be talking about the games that I'm playing. So this is Outcome Memories, a really, really good game that released recently. I planned to make a Let's Play video on it a few days ago, but I kind of forgot. So consider this section of the video that Let's Play video filler. Anyways, Outcome Memories is pretty much the replacement for the disaster. In fact, it even has a grain of stone for it. So let's just read it out real quick. Rest well, the disaster. 2020 to 2025. This game... Oh, okay. Well, guess we're not going to read that. So yeah. So yeah, this is Outcome Memories. It's a new EXE game that released recently. And I know that I said I would be talking about the games that I'm playing, but pretty much for this Outcome Memories part, I won't be talking about the game. I'm gonna be talking about why the disaster is gone. Basically, let's start from the beginning. Not too far back. but just far enough. The disaster. Okay. The disaster was pretty much, okay, I'll talk about Forsaken a bit in this video. Since I don't really know what else to put it by, essentially, the disaster was essentially just the Forsaken, is basically just the Forsaken of Sonic.exe. The thing that was so special about this game basically, it would let you play as a wide assortment of EXEs, well, not really wide assortment, but a wide assortment of Sonic characters. The characters that were so the characters that I can remember in the game were Cream, Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Eggman, Metal Sonic, Blaze, Silver, and some others. The main thing about this game was that it was pretty good. However, eventually it got taken down. Now, you may be asking yourself, why did it get taken down? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about. Basically, Sega likes fan games, and while they haven't acknowledged Roblox fan games, they have acknowledged Sonic.exe a couple times in their social media posts. However, the thing about this was that, however, basically, Sega had one very strict rule about fan games. If the fan game made money, it would be taken down as soon as possible. This is because they did not want people gaining money from Sega's content. Essentially, the reason the disaster was taken down was because at some point in time, they added, I think, either game passes or donations. This caused Sega to eventually gain notice of it, and they did not like that. So they took the game down. The Sonic.exe fandom was absolutely distraught. Also, listen, even though this is off topic, I just gotta mention real quick how absolutely amazing the soundtrack of this game is. Like, this stuff rivals the OST and UST combined of, like, Forsaken, and that says a lot. Anyways, back on topic. Meanwhile, with some other developers, these developers were releasing a Disaster fan game. However, when Disaster got taken down, this fan game was transformed into Disaster Reborn. The EXEs in the game and in the Reborn were Tails Doll, EXE, Sonic.exe, not Faker, and Colossus, which was the TD original. Anyways, basically, sorry about that. Basically, the main reason that oh my god, what am I yapping about? Anyways, as I was saying, the game was open for about 30 minutes before being taken back down to fix bugs and stuff. Things were very buggy about the game. Like, for example, the EXE would be slower than the survivors, making it literally impossible to win rounds unless the survivors like purposefully killed. Unless like the survivors got themselves purposefully killed. Anyways, when the game reached full release, it fixed most of the bugs. Most. Because there were still a lot of bugs. Because when they fixed the EXEs being slow bug, they made something worse. Where basically Eggman's stuns would make the EXE permanently slow. So while they wouldn't be as slow as when they were stuck slow just naturally before the bug fix, as of right now, they are just completely broken. Well, as of then, they were completely broken. The EXE game, I don't know why I just called it the EXE game. One of the main reasons that the game got taken down was because of one of the main reasons the OG game was taken down was because they were making money off of it. But anyways, one of the main problems with this basically, the main reason that the OG game was taken down was because they made money off of it. And the reason why the new one was taken down, it's a bit more complicated. It had some dramas. Basically, so let's dive into it. Basically, after a bunch of bug fixing and stuff, a bunch of devs left the team for one reason. The owner of the game wanted to add a donations board. Now, this sounds harmless enough, but remember that the reason the original game was taken down was purely because of the fact that they were earning money off of that game. So when the owner suggested the idea of a donation board, a lot of people were against it. So the owner of the game, from what I remember, didn't like this. So either they were fired or left. Basically, the owner either fired or left most of the devs. And eventually, basically, the main reason basically, eventually, after a while, after all this, the owner just decided that it would be better if this game just didn't have this going on. So they just completely abandoned the game. And it was shut down. Anyways, because this is kind of boring, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the recording here, and we're gonna continue once the round starts again. So yeah. And back to the video we go. Yeah. Yeah, say hi to these two people. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I just realized I wasn't talking that whole time. I just had to lock in that round. Basically, I'm not really sure what else I should talk about here. Basically, I'm actually not really sure what to talk about, so, I'm not gonna end the video here, so don't worry about that. So, yeah, basically, I'm not really sure what to say here. So just enjoy some gameplay for now. Pretty much think of the rest of this section as just hey, I'm playing this game. Basically, what's special about this game? What's special about Outcome Memories is that like, with the current state of the game, I'm severely surprised for such a little amount of bugs I've encountered in this game. Anyways, something I wanted to say about this game is that I've encountered a very little amount of bugs. However, here are some bugs that I've encountered. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that, but I've seen some videos and I've managed to do it myself. There's basically this glitch, I don't know if it's glitch, as Tails and on the Not Perfect map, where you can jump down and right before, and like if you time it right, you can glide under the map. This basically lets the killer never know where you're actually going, which is really OP. So yeah, let's just talk about some of the upcoming EXEs to this game. First of all, Colossus. Colossus is the only confirmed character that's going to come to version 0.2. What's special about it is that this character, if you remember from earlier, I actually mentioned was from the disaster. Some other characters that will be coming are greenmountain.exe, also known as hole.exe. Let me try to remember the rest. Furnace and Starved Eggman as a duo killer. Let me try to remember the rest. EXE, also known as Faker. 2017X, I'm unsure if it'll be a skin. I'm unsure if it'll be a skin for 2011X or its own character. Okay, that was super embarrassing though. I got stuck on one of those wooden tower things and my charge just did not work. So actually, let me give some tips about this game. So first of all, if you're going to play as Metal Sonic, always make sure always make sure that when you're gonna heal, you're near either a Tails or an Eggman. This is because they have a untitled passive called Engineer, which when they are near Metal Sonic, makes Metal Sonic heal faster when he's self-repairing. This can be really OP, considering how long self-repairing normally is. Okay, that was super embarrassing. Second of all, another tip for Metal, make sure that, okay, basically, you should only use your heal when you are 100 HP or under. This is mainly because, if you don't, that could waste your self-repair, and also because you can actually only self-repair up to 150 health, and you also cannot be healed by Cream or Amy, which means that you are at complete mercy to heals except for your self-repair. Second tip, if you're playing as Metal Sonic, don't always go out of your way to charge the EXE. This is because this can be really risky. Charging the EXE will deal damage to you, and if you do it too much, the EXE might catch on to your healing spots. So make sure that you change healing spots often, because if you don't, it can be very risky. Next up, important tip you should know. You cannot heal. Oh my god, wrong one. You don't get a second life when you're playing as Metal Sonic. And whenever you're healing, make sure that you typically change spots every time. This is because if you use the same spot too much, the EXE could catch on and find out where you are. That was like scarily risky for that Sonic to do. And for me, honestly. Crap. Yeah, it might be over for me. Also, the hitboxes in this game are unbelievably hard to deal with. So don't be surprised if you get hit while you're like midair. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I'm pretty much at complete mercy of luck right now. Oh. Well, that was certainly an unfortunate way to end a video. I literally actually might have had a chance to win that. But no, of course the game had to do that to me. Okay, see, I just lost a round because I got struck by lightning. So, yeah. This video's over. I guess it's not, because it's my turn to be an EXE. Well, hopefully the rage that just accumulated from that loss will be enough to drive me to win this round. So, let's get into this. Oh my god, I forgot that you can't jump while you're invisible. I honestly hate that you can't jump while you're invisible. Like, it actually pisses me off so much. Like, it is just so annoying. I forgot he can do that. Why does it still think I'm charging? That's what I hate about Eggman parrying charges. 99% of the time when an Eggman parries a charge, it'll just still think I'm charging, so I'll just be slow for like a bajillion years. And worse, I don't even know where they are now. Because that stupid freaking Eggman led me away. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm not winning this round, bruh. Dude, this Amy is really pissing me off. Oh, I'm gonna rage. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk because I need to lock in. Okay, somehow that Tails is hitting me through the wall. Why did I just slide across the floor? Okay, sorry about that. My dog is barking, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to go. Sorry. Sorry about that. Bye bye.